Winchester Double X 12 gauge 3-inch number 5 shot. Turkey loads, high velocity turkey loads. Sprayed at 1300 feet per second. There. Here's the two. I fired. Here's what they look like out of the box. Mossberg 535, 20-inch barrel. Modified choke in it. Factory, it came with the extra full. If you watched my last video, you have already heard this. Factory came with the extra full. This test was done with the modified choke. It just sits flush, and actually as thin as that choke is, it's damn near just a thread protector for the most part. There's not much to it. It just sits flush with the barrel. Modified. Okay. So same as the last test. Winchester Double X. But with the modified choke. Same distance, and you can already see right from the start, it's a much wider pattern at 10 feet. That's pretty wide for 10 feet in comparison to the extra full choke. That extra full choke really keeps it nice and tight. And they're scattered out through there. Come back. I want to say the majority of what busted this jug is what shot over the block, what come out the top of the block and hitting the water jug, because there's not a whole lot that actually came out of the back of the block. If you're looking at the back of the block, might be a hole here and a hole there. I don't really see any more exits on the back of this block. The majority of these at 10 feet with the modified choke, the majority of these stopped before the 13-inch block. Okay, the majority of these are stopping in about the 10.5 inch area. 10 to 10.5 inches. You got a couple on out there. Like I said, a couple pierced the block. Some went over the block. Some come out of the top of the block into that rear water jug. But the majority of that shot, and you can see, it's all stopping about 10.5 inches scattered through the block. The Grex buffering speckled on the front of that block. Something I did not add in the last video, I'll go ahead and throw it in this video, is the recoil on this load is tremendous. I was completely caught off guard. Hit me unexpected. I actually had the gun, the front of the gun popped out of the stand. I shoot off a can't think of a name off the top of my head right now, but I shoot off of a plastic, like shoot-in, like you use to shoot rifle, shoot your guns in, shoot your scopes in. That's adjustable and whatnot. It's got a nice rubber rest on the front. I sat that barrel with. Now the rest of the gun, I didn't have it sitting because of the pistol grip. I didn't have it in the completely in the stand. I just had the barrel resting on the front mount. I had the gun pistol grip in my hand and the stock up against my shoulder. I had the stock in. It's an adjustable. Those of you that haven't seen my 12 gauge before, it's the Mossberg 535 tactical edition. Now I had that stock in, I think, all but one click. I think it was out just one click. And this piece here come up and caught me with my thumb. I had my thumb resting here. I didn't have it wrapped around the grip. It come up and caught me in the chin, and the front of the barrel flew completely up out of the rest. Both loads. Now the second load, I was more prepared for the recoil, and it still jumped out of the front of the gun. Barrel still jumped out of my rubber rest. Not much. I was able to keep it there, but it did jump up out and set back down with force. And my shoulder definitely took that load. It's definitely not a light load. Like I said, I love shooting a 12 gauge. That's my personal hunting 12 gauge. I hunt with that, squirrel and squirrel, crow, small game, grouse. It was surprising. So this is definitely more powerful load with the recoil. Now standing up, holding it to my shoulder, I'm sure it wouldn't be as bad, but leaning down in the stand with it and not having full grip on the front, not having it really positioned right as, say, standing in the woods hunting position where you would throw it up to your shoulder. But in the rest, it had more recoil than a lot more recoil than the test I just did on a 2 3/4 inch slug. So, just for comparison, I figured I'd throw that in there and let you know. You see, they just went in everywhere. So 10 feet entry. At 10 feet with the modified choke is gonna be the majority of that 3.5 inches, 3 1/4 inches for the most of it, and continues on back. That's that. Okay, so I cut this open and I dug through it and held this up to the light, looking through it, and there is no wad. That plastic wad, it's not in this block, so it must have gone over. Now it wasn't in the water jug either. The wad was not recovered from the modified choke block. Thanks for watching.